Now I need to get a thumbnail. And I don't even, should I just sit and like look all happy with the books? Like, hello everybody, it's Kristen here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you a book haul. Didn't expect to get this many books, but when you find amazing deals, your heart just, it reaches out and it has to take those books. I won't go into too much detail or give too lengthy of a description of it. I will kind of show you the book and tell you as much as I can. And then at the end of this video, we can all just shake our heads. Book lovers' problems. The first book I have to show you guys is Inferno by Dan Brown. I'm sure you guys have heard of this book, or at least you've heard of the author. I have only read the Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown, but I really enjoyed it. I love how he tells history and he makes it come alive. So I'm really excited about this one. So I got myself a good Dan Brown book. The next book I have is The Romanovs by Simon Sebag? Oh my gosh. Sorry, Simon, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. This is kind of a history book about the Romanovs from 1613 to 1918. I saw Reagan from Peru's Project have this book. When I saw that on her channel a while ago, I was like, oh my gosh, my mom needs this. I wanted to get this book for my mom for Christmas this past year, but it ended up being too much. And then what do you know, a couple weeks ago, I'm shopping in a used bookstore with my mom and I see this book. It was selling for $8 and it is in great condition. The inside price of the book is $47 Canadian dollars. 47 down to $8. I mean, how do you pass that up? I love learning about history as well. I probably won't read this while I'm in school because I just don't want to add that onto my plate. I want to read fantasy when I'm in school. The next book I have to show you guys is An Astronaut's Guide to Life by Chris Hadfield. This is a memoir about a astronaut, a Canadian astronaut. If you guys have ever watched that one video that he made, he did a music video in space. And it became like really popular and whatever. So I've heard a lot of good about his memoir. Apparently he's really funny in it. So yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's in really great condition. Got this one at a used bookstore and I'm super excited about it because I love learning, and so I'm sure I'm gonna learn some great things about being an astronaut in this book. The next book I have to show you guys is The Book of Awesome by Neil Pasricha. If you guys watched my, I think it was my I Dare You book tag, I own the Book of Holiday Awesome, but I never owned kind of the original book, the Book of Awesome. So when I saw this one, I knew I had to pick it up. Basically, it is just a collection of awesome things. This is a happy book for me. Super excited about this one. Thank you, Neil Pasricha, for coming up with this idea, because you just make my day every time I read something awesome. The next book is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is just the dust jacket because I'm currently reading this book. Probably though, by the time this video goes up, I will be done the book, so you can check my review on Goodreads. This is a young adult fantasy novel following a main character named Scarlett, and she has always wanted to go to the magical world of Caraval. You could say it's like a circus basically. It's on this island and she really has always wanted to go here. Scarlett is engaged. About a week before her wedding, her and her sister kind of go to the world of Caraval, and there's a lot more to this story, but I don't want to give away. Basically that's the gist of it, and they have to play a game. So I'm really enjoying this book so far. It is super descriptive, super magical, really interesting. Really enjoying this book. Oh no, I'm gonna run out of space. The next 3 books I have to show you guys are all by one author, and that author is Stephen King. The first book I have is Under the Dome. So I have this massive book that this is a workout just holding this. I'm super excited about this. This is over 1,000 pages. I have never read a Stephen King novel before. Because this is a TV show as well, I think it will be pretty awesome once I read the book to watch the TV show. Oh bother. Okay. Now we're getting to the edge. The next Stephen King novel I have to show you guys is 11/22/63. I have been asking a lot of people what their favorite Stephen King novel is that they've read, and honestly, it's so different for everybody. There isn't one book that everyone says they love. It changes with each person. A few people that I've asked have said that this is their favorite novel. I've also heard that this is very heavy, not just literally because this is a chunker. I'm excited for this one because because people have recommended it, but I probably will only pick this up when I am willing to tackle this big baby. I now have 2 massive Stephen King novels. And the last Stephen King novel that I have is The Talisman, and this is by Stephen King and Peter Straub. And this one really interests me. If you have read this one, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. This is a very old cover. It's a little bit more beaten up than the other ones, but this one looks really interesting. I like the idea of it. And now I need to... So the next few books I have to show you guys are all part of a series, and that series, I can get them. Yeah, I know. That series is The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. This is an adult fantasy series, and it's one of those kind of popular ones, just like Lord of the Rings. This is really popular, and I kind of wanted to own them for a while, but I didn't want to spend too much money on it because it's not a top priority for me to read. But I found these at a used bookstore for $1 a book. That is amazing. So I have books 1, 2, 3. I don't even know the order of them. What is this one? Is this 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I know. There's more, I believe. But there was all 7 kind of all stacked in a row, and I was like, I'm taking them if they're $1 a piece. $7 for all of them. And they're in decent condition. Like, they are not like super beat up. So I don't think I'm going to be able to stack these super pretty. Maybe put them back here. Something like that. The last 3 books I have to show you guys are all ebooks. I went online and I just kind of looked around and see if I could find any really cheap books. So I did. I found 3 and I'm really happy about all of them. I can't show you the book because it's on my e-reader and it's black and white, and it just... We're not going to do that. I'll just tell you about it. The first book I got is The Girl with All the Gifts by M.R. Carey. This is a kind of post-apocalyptic thriller, horror kind of book. It's with zombies. It did become a movie, but this one seemed really interesting to me because when you look at the cover, you think kind of just literary fiction, but actually it's not. It's with zombies, and you would never think that from the cover, so I'm super excited about that one. The second book I got is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is book 1 in the Broken Earth series. Emily from Possibly Literate read this book, and she gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and she said she loved it. It was such a creative world and different type of fantasy. It was kind of always on my radar, but then when I saw it on sale, I was like, yup. I picked it up and I'm super excited about that one. I'm a huge fantasy lover. It's ridiculous. I would say about like 70% of my books are fantasy. So yes, I got another fantasy book. The last book I got, which is actually a series of 7 books, and that is The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. I used to own these books when I was younger. My family's moved a lot. We had to give away all those books, so I didn't have them. And I kept looking for a really good deal because I didn't want to spend, like, there was like bind-ups and I couldn't find them on sale for a really good price. But I found them online in ebook version for $3 for all 7 books, and I was like, yes. One of my goals for 2017 was to reread The Chronicles of Narnia. So I will be reading that closer to Christmas time. I feel like it suits a little bit more of the cozy feeling, especially The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I will be reading that later this year, and it will be really easy because it's on my Kobo. So that is all of the books I have for you guys. It's a little ridiculous. To be honest though, these were all used books. These were all on sale. The only one that was brand new was Caraval, which, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention this. The coloring enthusiast in me bought a coloring book, and there was a sale where if you bought one, you got another book 50% off. So that's where I got Caraval. The coloring book I got, which I'm so happy about, is A Court of Thorns and Roses coloring book by Sarah J. Maas. I am a ACOTAR fan, and I will always be a diehard ACOTAR fan, so I'm super excited to own this. I'm a huge coloring person, like huge. I'm super excited about it. I will give you a sneak peek of kind of, you know, what I've already colored so far. I'll try not to get a reflection on it. This book is bringing ACOTAR to life, and I'm a little obsessed. So that is all the books I got in the month of July and August. Let me know if you've read any of these books, including the ones hiding behind me because there's too many to fit on this couch. thank you guys for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!